Welcome in, everybody, to TB Sports 27, and it is week number 7 of Arena Football, and we got a big one, probably the biggest of the season. Now, we said earlier this season when we had the in-conference battle with Nashville 4-0 versus 4-0, that was the big one. Well, now we have 6-0 versus 5-1, perhaps two of the biggest games on the schedule coming up here, where we got Vegas and Utah coming up, two of the top tier teams in the Arena Football League. We got Dan joining us in the chat. Welcome, Dan the legend. Glad to have you here. We're going up against perhaps our toughest quarterback challenge as well, as on the other side of the field, Aaron Garcia, an Arena Football legend, is going to be stepping up against us on the Las Vegas Gladiators side. They're 4th in the league in points. They're 6th in total offense. Their pass offense ranked 5th. They're right up there with what we got. I'm still surprised to see our numbers, because we score a heck of a lot of points, but our total offense is pretty low at 10th. You know, there's only 18 teams in the league. Defense, I don't know how we're ranked. I mean, maybe simulation numbers are not being so kind to us compared to how they're simulating for everybody else, because we got one of the best defenses in the league. Like, we are absolutely dominant on defense, and we put up 61 points a game, but yet our total offense and our total defense is low. So don't get it, but you see the turnovers, 8 turnovers, best in the league. Let's see what happens. Aaron Garcia going toe-to-toe with our Grand Rapids Rampage.
Welcome to the Thomas and Mack Center. And now taking the field, the visiting team.
Yes, Dan, this is the site in this game. Every Arena Bowl takes place in Vegas. Of course, in real life, in Arena Football, it was the higher seeded team would get home field for the Arena Bowl, and then the later years of Arena Football, they did Vegas, and then they did New Orleans. In this world, it is Vegas, so this is where the Arena Bowl would be played if we make it to the big game at the end of the season. And here come the 5-1 Las Vegas Gladiators. So we'll go with the coin flip. Another road game. We had an interesting schedule. A lot of home games in a row, a lot of road games in a row. And it's going to be good for us to get used to this field, because this is the first time we're going to be playing on a field with the rounded, cornered end zones, which brings a new element into gameplay here, because it makes it a lot harder to score. There's not going to be as much room to make plays in the back of the end zone like we had in Nashville, like we had with Columbus. Obviously, our home field has the boxed-in end zones, but it's going to be a little bit of a smaller end zone. But it's going to be good, because if we want to get to the Arena Bowl, that is something we're going to need to get used to, and we're going to need to work on here. So, Las Vegas Gladiators, Aaron Garcia. Garcia immediately down the field, and this is what we got to contend with. Mike Horacek making the grab, making the reception, number 1, but this definitely has the potential to be our toughest offensive test of the season. Jamar Toombs in the backfield. Garcia rolling out to his right. He's going to get brought down. I think they'll give him a sack. I don't know if he crossed the line of scrimmage. Adrian Harris for the Grand Rapids Rampage getting the tackle. 2nd and goal, so I don't know if that ended up being a sack or not. Garcia, they're going for another sack, and Garcia immediately gets rid of that football, but it's going to be swatted away. So 3rd and goal after Garcia on one pass, getting the Gladiators within 7 yards of the end zone. He goes back to back and not really moving the ball. So we'll see on 3rd down, Garcia does complete it to Coleman. So now, are they going to go for it? They are going to take the field goal. That was Fred Coleman with that last reception. So Sylvester Branch on to attempt the field goal, which would give the Gladiators the lead. It is going to hit the iron. Grosh is there. There wasn't really anybody around him for a moment, so the Gladiators come away with 0 points, and Coach Coach Whatsit is very, very frustrated down on the field. How about that? Now that's a huge opening drive stop here in arena football. Rampage, can we capitalize? Stafford hit, and it falls incomplete. Chuck Reed coming in and getting the hit on Stafford. Those are kind of toss-up plays in this game where the referees will sometimes call those fumbles, sometimes call them incomplete. We were lucky that they called that an incomplete. It's not often. Shane Stafford's done a nice job of getting rid of the football this season. He has not gotten hit too many times. And wide open is Willis Marshall. Touchdown, Grand Rapids Rampage. And there's your first points of the ball game up on the scoreboard here in Vegas, which may be where this Grand Rapids squad will be back if they keep our winning ways. I would think that with a victory here, that's going to pretty much put us in Orlando on a path to the Arena Bowl here in Vegas. I mean, a lot can happen obviously down the stretch, but a victory here would put our Rampage at 7-0. I don't even think I've played, as long as I've played this game, I've played a lot of different seasons, a lot of different teams. I don't think I've ever been 7-0 in this game. So what a run this would be to start the year. So another shot for Aaron Garcia, coming away with 0 points on the opening drive. And Garcia in his own end zone. They rule that one incomplete. Ooh, I held my breath for a moment. I was like, is that going to be a fumble? I can't believe how tough this Rampage defense has been this season. And I'm only really controlling the down lineman. You see I'm controlling Harris there. So this is kind of the game, the CPU on its own, doing all the other stuff. And it's like, how often do I get back there and I even make a sack on the quarterback? This might overtake the late 2010s San Jose SaberCats as one of the most dominant arena football teams. That conversation might be coming up here. But are we talking too early? 2.5 minutes in to the first quarter, maybe? Might be a little too soon for that. Gladiators do pick up the first down. They're gonna go with a running play this time. It's Joe Douglas, and he's gonna end up losing a yard.
Ball on the 17-yard line.
Man in motion, Aaron Garcia. Short pass, Joe Douglas once again, and makes up some of that yardage he lost, but not too much. 3rd and 8 for the Gladiators. And Garcia, man, could not hook up with Fred Coleman. Las Vegas, they're going to go for it on 4th and 8. Are they already feeling the pressure? This is wild. 4th down, Gladiators going for it. Aaron Garcia steps up. Douglas will not get the first down. It's a turnover and 0 points on the scoreboard. And look at the field position here for Shane Stafford and the Grand Rapids Rampage. Stafford, well covered down the field. He's going to go for Fleming, and it is a touchdown.
Touchdown, Rampage.
Wow. So far, this has not been... Eventually, I'm going to come into these games and stop being shocked at how well we are playing. This is one of the most dominant runs in arena football. And you can go back, watch the old episodes, the first 2 seasons on Patreon with the Georgia Force. Watch season 3 that we did on the PS2 with the Kansas City Brigade. We have not been this dominant in this game. We are continuing that legacy, even though this is kind of the beginning of a new series. We are counting this as season 4, where we're counting those old seasons. We haven't really done that with a lot of our series. I guess kind of with Utah, we were saying that the coach is the son of the coach from Troy. But we are continuing this on as this being the 4th year, even though this is really the beginning of a new season mode. Wow. Mike Horchak, he could have broken his neck the way he just crashed into the boards right there. That was quite the tackle. The Horchak made that earlier catch in this ball game, which gave the Gladiators a little bit of early life. Garcia steps up, and Fred Coleman can't hang on to that one. Falls incomplete. We are winding down the first quarter here, and the 5-1 Vegas Gladiators with the great Aaron Garcia under center. 0 points right now. Garcia dumps it off to Horchak, and Horchak just, well, he just spun right into the wall, didn't he? A comedy of errors right now, as this Grand Rapids defense just continues to shock opposing offenses. Garcia, incomplete. Well covered Willis Marshall. And on 4th and 8, the Gladiators will go ahead and try to take the field goal. Can we get a first quarter shutout? How wild would that be? The kick by Branch, and he drills it through the uprights. It is quite difficult to get a shutout in arena football. In fact, in the history of the Arena Football League, now there's been other indoor leagues where shutouts have happened, but in the Arena Football League, there's only been one shutout in history. San Antonio Force has that record. We come to the end of one. Grand Rapids on the road. Pretty dominant, 14-3. While we've hit the halfway point, we want to ask you guys if you wouldn't mind to help support the channel. Follow along with us at Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, Patreon, Streamlabs, Ko-Fi. Thank you guys for your continued support of TV Sports 27, and do check us out on all our different social medias. We hope to see you come back for lots and lots of content. Stafford rolling out, and nicely defended down the field by Horchak. There's one thing about this game. You can't just tee off and take shots down the field, because these defenders will get smart to it. They will knock the ball around. 14-3 your score. Shane Stafford kind of got hit. That one was a wobbly throw as he got hit. So now it's kind of a critical 3rd down here for Stafford and the Grand Rapids Rampage.
3rd and 10. Ball on the 9-yard line.
Not often. This offense has been pretty consistent all year long. Stafford delivers, and it is caught. First down, Grand Rapids Rampage.
1st and 10. Ball on the 22-yard line.
Can we punch it in for our 3rd touchdown? Looking for the grocery store, and it's incomplete. And in coverage, T.J. Hill with the pass deflection. So you're starting to see the Gladiators coming up a little tough down the stretch here. Not letting that 3rd touchdown come easily. Look at the coverage here, and Stafford just has to throw that one away. Okay, well, the Gladiators might be settling in a little bit. Gladiator defense. Numbers again for Shane Stafford. Get those probably in every game here. 3rd down, Rampage. And nicely done by Fleming. He got hit hard, Corey Fleming. Hung on to that one, completes it for the 1st down. 3 catches for Fleming in this one. This is eating up a lot of time. This is a rare, lengthy drive for arena football. This is a team that's averaging 60 points a game, as you saw. to the corner of the end zone, to that cornered end zone. And that's, again, continued good practice for hopefully coming back to this arena for the Arena Bowl. Those end zones, this is the smallest end zone that we have had to deal with this season. So it helps that we're able to hit those fade routes to the corner like that, and those rounded end zones don't really come into effect here. 21-3 once again. You're coming into this one, and it's just domination again by the Grand Rapids Rampage. Every week has been like this. I've never played anything like it, never seen anything quite like it. Our 4th year. Go watch those old episodes.
Las Vegas will start the drive at the 9-yard line. First and 10.
You're getting to a critical time in this game. Aaron Garcia, a must answer here on this possession. And Garcia is going to start things off the right way. Fred Coleman with the first down. That's catch number 3, averaging 10 yards a reception for Mr. Coleman. Oh, that was just a busted. Aaron Garcia took the snap while Joe Douglas was still in motion, and they collided into each other, and it led to that QB sack. So right now the offense not even on the same page for the Las Vegas Gladiators. It's messy right now in Vegas. This defense just continues to shock the opposing offense, and down goes Horchak.
3rd and 14. Ball on the 18-yard
So a 3rd and long, which really doesn't mean a whole lot in arena football. Not like the outdoor game. Garcia just dumps it off to Coleman. He gets immediately taken to the turf, and again, it's going to be 4th down here for Vegas. So they'll go for the field goal. No touchdowns. Wait, are you kidding me right now? He's only 2 of 10, this kicker? And he made one of his 10 kicks against us? Oh my God, he's about to, like, just his output is about to be amazing right now. How about 3 of 11? What a run for him. 21-6, no touchdowns. And if we can play this one the right way, we can use up all 2 minutes of the clock here and send Vegas into the half. We would get the ball to begin the second half, right? We would get the ball, and Vegas would be left without a touchdown, which would be shocking considering the quarterback, Aaron Garcia, one of the legends, one of the greats. Go look at what he's done in arena football history. I mean, responsible for 90-point games. That's what he did in his era. That one was way overthrown by Shane Stafford. That was designed to just be kind of a, not a dump off, but like a, you know, runner coming across the middle. Try to use some clock here, but ball gets away from Stafford on that possession. It's Corey Fleming. So now we find ourselves in a 3rd down, and where are we at play clock? We can let this wind to the 1-minute warning if we wanted to.
Ball on the 23-yard line.
21-6 your score. It is rather low scoring. Shane Stafford, Damian Grosh, first down, and that will take us to the 1-minute warning. So right now, no slowing down for the Grand Rapids Rampage. Turnovers not being had. And we're going to see how Vegas handles these 1-minute timing rules, because it's very difficult now in arena football to not score a touchdown in this position to get that 1 minute to come off the clock. Let's see how much we can... Stafford, ooh, and that one was dangerous. That one, Mike Horchak nearly took it. I think at this point, we just try to put the ball in the end zone, right? Who cares 1 minute? They can't really, they've proved they can't do much in a minute. Can always go for an onside kick if we want it as well. Stafford to Grosh in that cornered end zone. Touchdown, Rampage. All right, we got to put them on the field. The Grand Rapids Rampage and the Utah Utes, which is my greatest team in this series. Wow, the stream elements just came up super late. We've been streaming for 20 minutes. Thanks, stream elements. Thank you for the late notice. Well, it's just a reminder. I guess maybe it's good to know what exactly we're streaming here, so you guys see it there. 38 seconds, no touchdown scored yet, and another blowout. And this is blowout by arena football standards. A 3-touchdown lead. We'll see how the Vegas Gladiators, if they can answer. I mean, so far, nothing. No answers. Garcia. Douglas can't hang on to it.
Second and 10. Ball on the 9-yard line.
Garcia. Incomplete again. Wow. 5-1. So I think without question a win here, and then Utah is right now the Utah Blaze. They are also 5-1. We'll see if they'll be 6-1. I think we'll be favorites for the Arena Bowl if we win both of these games in easy fashion. That was a terrible offensive possession. I don't know what's happening with these offenses in this game right now. Not just this game, but past teams that we played. Who knows? Maybe after. I mean, we're playing on. Kick is going to be missed. We're playing on like all pro. Maybe we need to go to an all AFL. I typically never play on like the hardest mode, but my gosh, it's. Oh my God, both teams are playing with the same sliders as well, so I don't know. But we went to overtime in week 1. Stafford looking for 7 more, and it's intercepted. How about a rare turnover from this Grand Rapids Rampage offense? Mike Horacek comes down with the interception. The Rampage trying to get one more score. Wow, that caught me off guard. So 15 seconds, Aaron Garcia and the Las Vegas Gladiators. They're just going to run the football. They're going to get to the half. And I know they're shell-shocked here in Vegas. Or shield-shocked, whatever. You know, Gladiators, shield-shocked. Let's see if they take one Hail Mary shot at this thing. They will not. So, no touchdown scored in the first half. Very, very hard to do in arena football. Darn near impossible. 28-6 your halftime score. Here comes the Blue Chew halftime show. And when we come back, the second half, are the Grand Rapids Rampage going to continue their dominant performance, or can the Las Vegas Gladiators find their way back into this one? Stay tuned. You don't want to miss the second half coming your way of Arena Football. Gladiators Rampage.